Hello, hello, and welcome. Hope everyone is doing well. Where? Oh, man, that makes sense. Um, yeah, let's get out of here so we can hear some music. Okay, before we get into the music and me working, because I'm probably not gonna be paying attention very much to the stream. I apologize, and I love you. Um, I am using today's stream to catch up on work for Game Jam. Game Jam is a typing based game jam. It's kind of a small little thing at my job. So, yeah, it's not for like a big competition or anything. It's just a fun thing that I'm doing. Normally, when I do these streams, I tend to have a tutorial, something playing uh, off audio. But I'm at the point, even though I just started, I've kind of figured out the core mechanics of the gameplay already. Sorry, I figured out the core mechanics of the user input already. So all I need to do is work on gameplay and building up definitions. Most of the streams gonna be building up definitions, probably, and then testing them and making sure that they work. So you might hear some tutorials every once in a while, but I'm not gonna separate the audio this time because this is not gonna be 100% tutorial based stream like I normally do. That said, I get started. First, thing to make sure you guys' eardrums aren't going to be blown to smithereens. I don't think it will let me do that. So here's hoping for the best. Yeah, I'm just gonna pause this, and then that way I can control whether it destroys mine and your eardrums. All right, so let's take a look at what we're doing here. Working in Unity as per usual. Let's see. Okay, this was muted, so it would have been all right. Slowly bring this in. This is turned all the way up. That's good. I'm hopefully I'm louder than the music. Let's go about even. Music is playing pretty soft for me, so hopefully that's something. Okay. All right, and now for the quick catch up on what I've done and what I'm doing. So the idea, just working the gameplay right now. The idea is that you are. This is unimportant to the gameplay. I don't even think it's going to be mentioned. Basically, you're a worker in a science lab, and the lab is very much aperture science, where they care about the wrong thing. They make something super advanced. They care about like the small thing and not the advanced thing. So you're given a robot named Todd. You're asked to control Todd so they can test their new weapon that they made. But Todd, they don't might bother to give Todd any controls, so you have to manually type in movements to Todd. So that's the basis of the game. So the way I have it set up is that when the player inputs a string, the game is going to check for the string in the dictionary, and each string is going to have a value attached as the definition of it. And then that definition is going to send back the value and put it into a force to push the rigid body of the character. Right now, the only thing I want to do is establish that there is a dictionary and then get a value out of it. What I've done before that, which is hidden. Why was any of this hidden? All right, what I've done before that has just been some vanity stuff for the text box, a what do you call this thing? Placeholder input, and then my main focus has been being able to type and then press enter, and then it reactivates the text box while accepting the string. Now let me show you that. I'm talking so fast, I feel like, and like there's no one watching this, but I feel the need to explain myself. Okay, it's running. So if you look at the console right here, so right now you have to click this. You'll get the even cursor that I need to make bigger because I thought I had it bigger, and then you can type in anything. It's multi-line, so we'll do that. I don't think I hate that too much. If you press enter, it will read. You can type in anything and then go right back to the input. So test again, and it gives you the separate string. Only issue I have with this is that if I click, it counts as pressing enter. The reason for that is I set it up so that I just set it up. It was like this by default. It just wasn't working. Whenever it deactivates, it resets. And then I have it set so that pressing enter deactivates it and resets it. So basically, I'm forcing the reset. And I have that in this code here. You see in this preview for the code, I'm starting to build up the definitions. Okay, so I'm using how to use system collections for it to work, how to use TM Pro for it to work. So the important things are, this isn't important, but this puts a visual box in my, go ahead, shut this off. It puts a visual box of my script, so it tells me, so I don't have to use the console. This will tell me what I put in. I'm going to use this later to put directions to find the rigid body. This is starting to do dictionary stuff. None of this is commonplace yet, except for this. For some reason, the placeholder is hidden when the game starts. It hides itself. So at the start, this code unhides it. Well, this code finds it connected to the main body of the input field, and then this part turns it back on. This is the part. Ooh, I gotta slow down. This is the part that's looking at my input string from here. And then this is, sorry, when I press enter, it sends whatever I type into its input. It makes the input text what I typed, and then this debug log is what's showing up on the console. Then this field right here is grabbing that same input field and then basically putting a space bar and replacing the text with space so that it empties out. And then when it empties out, it reactivates the field. I wonder if I do this, will it still work? Because right now my solution is when you don't have to type to just deactivate the whole thing. I don't know if that's really good direction I want to go. But it's a workable direction, and I do want to kind of move on to make sure that my dictionary stuff is going to work. So if you're watching the recording of this, hopefully I'm not talking super fast. If I am, feel free to let me know. As far as if this game is going to be playable in the future, if I finish it, I think I will put it up on itch.io. I'll have to ask first to see if I'm allowed to, because this is kind of for a private game jam. I know I can't submit it from itch.io. It has to be in person. But we'll see. Okay, let's see if this did anything different. So if I click this, test, I press enter, it zeroes out. That was the problem. I would have to click this again. I didn't want the player to do that. Maybe if I push a button, maybe I'll add a button that lets you deactivate. No, I think it'll do that as long as the game is on. I'll make it so that it does this while the game is running. When the game isn't running. So add a condition to only activate when the game is running. Sorry, when the game plays. So that's what I'll do here. And now I'll kind of save me some grief on doing that. And then the player will just have to click in between levels. I think I'm be leaning forward, so let's move that. Okay. Got that straight. Well, we haven't done anything yet. I'm just showing you guys. Just catching you guys up on what I've done so far. But I think it's pretty cool. I had to mix up like 2 different tutorials to figure out how to do that. Don't give y'all too much ASMR. Alright. Now I need to find values for things. And I'm gonna have to look this up. But I know I'm gonna need a function. And I'm gonna call this text lookup. I guess we're sending it to here again. But I need to learn how to check values. Unity directory. Dictionary. This AI thing gets on my nerves, but it does work. The AI thing gave me a really awful definition. But I don't think you're allowed to do this. What? This is nonsense. It might just be because this window's too small. Hard time reading. Let's see if I get this straight. So the way I want to do this now, because I kind of changed my mind about this, is let's do 1. Let's do -1. Let's do 1. Let's do -1. Oh, these are strings though. Yeah. I need these to be integers. That makes me want to have like set 2 values. So now I gotta figure out how to do this because I wanted it to be based on the length of thing. I could do a thing where I categorize it. It'll give me like 6 different outcomes. I don't know where I'm getting number 6 from. Okay. So what I can do is I can have player input, and that's going to give me a key. That key is going to give me value. That value is going to be either small horizontal see, that's not gonna work. Small right. Small left. Small right. So maybe I just don't do a front and back movement. I did do front and back movement. Maybe. Back. And then there'll be medium of this. And then there'll be large of this. So that's 12 different bits of code that I would be looking into. The question becomes, is that too much? Also, what I can do, I can change this from small front, small back, and just do big right, big left, and medium right. You really need to utilize flowcharts more. Definitely help me think a little bit. And this becomes jump and duck. Which is something I wanted to do. And that only gives me there were 8 different values. That's more stuff they're gonna animate though. If I can knock out this coding part fast, then I can knock out add an animations fast too. Sorry, I'm imagining how the game goes. But for right now, let's just go off this. And then let's see how well this works before we jump into anything else, or I'm gonna forget what I'm doing. Alright, so we need 8 outcomes. So, of these outcomes, there are 3 rights, 3 lefts, a jump and a duck. So this is going to become jump. This is going to become duck. Should I just make them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? I might be able to use the numbers that way too. I think so. I did odds and then evens. And then make this 7, make this. So right. Go right. Right. Left. Go left. Move to the left. Jump. Dodge. And then eventually I'm gonna try to put as many different versions of saying it as short and long as I can to keep to just have a variety of options. And that's gonna be kind of where the user's ingenuity comes in. Yeah, his posture's horrible. Just tilt it this way more. I'll put a shelf up there, but maybe that's where I need to put my poster. Or both. Anywho, this is good enough to test right now, and if I need to change it, I can. Oh, could I do it like that? This string equals this string. Is it possible to do well, I have that there. See, that makes sense to me. Which I call value. Could I do that? Could I just say debug let's do that here. Let's keep all the string input in. Let's do debug.logs. Let's do because input text is pointless. I don't know why I did. Let's do player brackets string. No. Direct input. Let's see if this works. Alright, so I do test. Key not found. It's looking in the dictionary though. What if I do right? It gave me back the value. Okay. So that is the value. Okay. Alright. So if I do go right, it gives me value. Okay. All right now. That means I don't have to do a lookup part. That means essentially this is like equal to this stuff. That means this is more like this than when I had it. So these are different values. Okay, the problem was that I needed to go a certain direction. But I can make it. Maybe you skip to the testing. Maybe I just need to skip straight to testing. And let's do which body. 18th. Unity documentation. So confusing. Ugh. Just give me a list of directions. Just enforces that I want to use add force. Ugh. This chair is so comfortable. It's uncomfortable. Ugh. Where is some code? Okay, I'm seeing some stuff I can use, but these are floats. I don't know if I can't. Maybe I can't use integer bodies. Maybe I'm looking at this the wrong direction. That's why I'm not getting this right. I need to know the add force vector directions. Unity read. Give me an example. Just give me a list of all of the options. Back again, this nonsense. Should this just be an animation? It's feeling like this should just be an animation. This seems doable. giving you size needs. Now, doing it the way I think I'm doing. So let's see if I'm doing anything the way I think I'm doing. Okay, let me see if that thing. And like what I see there, so I'm gonna add that real quick. So that is input. So we're gonna do full. Has defined equals clear direct try get value input is output, I think. This one, no. That might be better than what this guy typed. I do teams key. Input. This becomes if player returns key. Then debug. I'll see if this works before I carry on. That way I can stop getting an error. And then use this later to do something else. We're gonna do input command not valid, and we'll have that pop up in the thing. So we might have to turn this into enumerator. Now, I need to change the placeholder text. How to access the text. Text. I think I might know, but let me ask. Introduce video dismissed in maybe. Let's try it. I guess I'm trying my way first. Please hold your hands. No, you know this is here. We acting like this is not. Because it's not. Well, I guess. No, it's not there. I don't think I want this anyway. I think I want. Page long. How do I get this? Please. Text equals. Alright, let's see how much of the game I just broke. Do I get an instance? No instant warning. Test. Nope. Oh. Oh, there it is. I did the first part wrong. No, it didn't like this. So it's not an imp. Maybe it's not input. Let's try. just nope. See if we can figure out what it is actually. It's it that's the GUI. This is the thing that was turned on. So it is this. So what I need to do is I will don't need to do this. I need to do this. Private. Make this. This. And I take this. This. And get rid of this. Which is what I thought I had to do in the first place. Maybe I should move the camera over there. That's not a bad idea. I don't because my bedroom's over. Hey, it works. Right. Alright, so now I gotta change it back. Let's make this input command. Let's make this not valid. Man, scraping stuff works. I mean, it didn't work the first like 3 times since I've been on for like an hour. Alright, so if we do right input command, if we do left input command, if we go straight, not valid. If we do jump, input command. If we do duck, duck's not valid. Dodge, dodge is valid. Input command. Should I change this to like command sent or something? I mean, you'll see that in the game. I'll have to be a little bit more creative. I got it, and I got values to come out. And I got rid of the errors by doing it this way. So, hot diggity dog. So I don't need a text lookup anymore. I need a movement script. That's going to need to be sent out. I got a little bit of time. I think I can do that now. I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna do it. I think I need to So I'm thinking if I do 2, 3, 4, -2, -3, -4, then I can make this 1 and this negative, and then use whether or not the value is greater than or less than 0 to determine what the code will be. I think I need a block. I think I need a player. This might be as far as the text can go for right now until the thing is actually loaded. So let's make us a little cube, which is not going to be too far from what the test robots are going to look like. So we have cube, test robot. Just in case, the tag was the player. Big is the stage? The stage is way too big. What's this? I need the center camera button that I can't remember. No, it's like Control Enter or something. Don't make me. What are you doing? Oh. Just alright, I need to download to view the object allowed in the view. Control Shift F, that's what it is. Where's my text? Oh. I need camera to back that thing up. Oof. Something like this, and then adjust the field of view maybe. Something like this. That's better angle. It's too much. Putting this in the lighting, this kind of sucks. Do that. Rather do that. Okay, let's give this cube a color so that it doesn't look like it. So let's go to assets. Don't have a model. Folder, we're gonna go models, and then here we're gonna make a and we're going to create a new material and call this test cube. Let's go over it. See it much better. Get rid of that rotation. Because just make it metallic for no reason. So we got smoothness, super smooth, almost reflective. And that's all we need for right now. We'll make it slightly red, so that it really sticks out. Maybe an orange so it doesn't look like it's evil. Okay. And we'll deal with the sun later. So what we want to do is we want to test. Want to test movement? Already has a collider on here. Needs a rigid body. And it also needs a layer. Script. I don't know if we'll get far enough to get this working, because we intended for an hour and a half. Got like 20 more minutes. I didn't open. Weird. Alright, when you make a script like that, you have to make sure you put it in the script folder. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to receive a value from input field grab that lets player movement know what it's supposed to do. So let's first figure out how to move this. So Unity, just to give myself the correct starting point. So this is pointless. Where's the thing I just finished looking at? I think that had ain't this. This. Alright, so we are going to need the rigid body. So let's just do rigid body RB. So rigid body rates. Alright, so this ain't gonna work. So it's using the Unity system. Okay, it did kind of change color. Did it change color like it always changed color? No. Why is this crossed out? Okay, let's do this. Private won't change colors, no. It won't change colors, so I can use it. Alright, so don't need void update. I don't need any of that. Void. I don't want to call this point move because that's a new player input system. We're gonna call this player moves. You need a void start. This could be RB. Game. Oh, give me something. This is not. This is not acting like it's connected to Unity. It's acting like it's not compiled. Oh, because it's not compiled. Because I moved it after I opened it. There we go. I moved it so it didn't work. I should have copied what I did before I deleted it, but there we go. RB. And then this was RB equals theme object dot image widget body. What even happened again? I know what RB is. Ambiguity. Does not like RB. If, and this is going to get its very value if value greater than if value is greater than 1. Yes. Value of everyone. Debug dot log seems the player, right? If value less than -1. It's just fast comments, so I don't do too much. No. And then it's fast copy the whole thing. It's -1 dodge, which should be duck, because all of this is dodge. I'm gonna go ahead and call this duck. Okay. Now I just need to send a value to this. So the value. wondering if I could just do public static void player move and then in here if this that player movement dot player movement I suppose I'm just do this. Maybe no, because I want. Oh, that's where the game object's supposed to come in. So I would instantiate the character. This would be like player dot player. But since this is static, maybe it'll talk. Maybe it'll break. Either way, it's the last test of the night. Okay. It still has issues with those double script names. I bet there's a script called player movement right here. The dumb bug. No errors. Alright, let's do test. Not valid, let's do right. Okay, so it's receiving it. I want to pump back though. Maybe this should just be an animation. Otherwise, it's using code to return far away. Alright, I'm gonna have to think about it. That's gonna be the end of the stream. This is where I plan it on. The amount of time I plan on dedicating to this tonight. I'm not on camera at all. I think I've made some really huge progress. My camera where I want. I just had the one thing I haven't done that I keep staring at. That's this stupid carrot. It's just not big enough. Where are you? I know you're here. I know you're here somewhere. There you are. Carrot with. What's the one? It's be like 8. Look, it's 5 is the max. Let's do 3. Yeah, I can mess with that. I can mess with that. Go right. Go left. Alright. Everything is working as it should be. I could add a force, and then at the end of the animation script, it tells it to go back to where it was. Yeah, I'm gonna think about it. I'm probably gonna work on this between now and the next time I stream. Yeah, it's probably maybe hopefully it'll be done by the time the next time I stream. It'll be mostly just be art if I ever stream this game again. Otherwise, I'll be working on Joy. Um, I might stream working on the other game I'm working on, but probably not. Just so I can focus on that, because that is for me and friends. So I need to make sure I'm a lot more focused than I am. Actually, streaming is the most focused I am. That's why I'm streaming. Still keep streaming. Because pretending to talk to people who aren't here forces me to concentrate. Very, very weird. But that is what it is. I'm gonna end it here. Like I said, church preacher got like 20 different endings. But this is it. I'm even gonna switch screens. Um, if you're watching this, thank you so much for just checking out what I'm doing. Um, hope you enjoy learning about how to do kind of in-game text. Um, and hopefully you saw something that was interesting. If you did, feel free to leave a comment if you're on YouTube, on Twitch. You can send me a message. Um, yeah, I mean that's gonna be about it. So just have yourselves a good night. Stay frosty and sturdy out there, especially in these trying times. And yeah, we'll catch you on Thursday. Peace.